Hobbies. Everyone has hobbies. It may be playing music, it may be making music, it may be doing art, it may be fashion, maybe it's writing. My hobby has been and has almost always been video games. And it's kind of weird because there is definitely a group of people who do not consider video games as a hobby. They don't even consider it as a medium, I should say. But what's interesting is anytime someone asks, what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not working or at school or blah, 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 blah. I had a really hard time answering that question every single fucking time. Because people have a weird stigma with it. Every single time I told them, I kind of just, I play video games, and as soon as that word left my mouth, their face would just shift. You would see the sinking, the bullshittery, come through their eyes, dude, the darts of judgment of just, oh, that's what you do, And then they would always try to be one or two things. One, they'd be like, oh, that's not really a hobby, or, oh, okay, cool. I guess it's two things, but the third one is they try to encourage you, oh, that's really cool, man, what kind of games do you play, that sort of thing. And you just know, the millisecond they ask that question, you have to come up with an answer that they would understand, because every single person, I feel has a different thought process as to what games people can play. The game you're seeing right here is Darkwood, a game I have been super into. I've been playing it pretty much the only time I get free time, and it's the only game I've really been playing when I get my free time. That's it. If I went and told someone, I play this game called Darkwood, it's a perspective horror game, no one's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. How do you describe a game? You can't describe any game in a couple of words unless they understand what the game is. So whenever someone asks, what kind of games do you play? You have to, in your head, very, very fucking quickly, try to come up with a game that you would think they would know. And so it always just evolves into fucking Mario, or some sort of platformer, or some sort of super iconic, recognizable franchise and or genre that pretty much every single person understands, And depending on how old the person is, what games you can get away with saying and what games you can't. A lot of younger people, you could probably get away with saying something stupid like Fortnite or Among Us, if you just wanted to mess with them, or maybe you really do play those games, you could probably get away with stuff like that, or Minecraft, you could do more childlike things that they may also enjoy in that demographic. But these 20, 30, fucking 40-year-old adults, how the fuck, what do I tell them when they ask me what game I play? And also, why is it so judgy? Oh, you play video games? You can see it every single time. There are rare occasions where I will get someone who doesn't actually seem to judge, but is actually genuinely interested, and you can see it in their face. You can actually see them locking eyes with you, fully engrossed into the conversation, wanting to know what games you play, what games you enjoy, what type of genre is the game, what type of game is it, that sort of thing. And if you just tell them, I play a variety of games, they're like, well, what's your favorite right now? And when they're genuine about it, it's amazing. When they're disgenuine about it and they're just kind of asking because they're semi-curious or just trying to keep the conversation going, it feels so fake, inauthentic. I hate it. The whole point of this is video games are a hobby. I hate that it's such a weird gray area where some people consider it a hobby, some people don't. The ones that do, it also really depends on the person, because they also probably don't know much about video games, probably don't much care for video games. It has to be such a specific person. Anyone could just enjoy music, right? Like, if music's your hobby, you can tell someone that, and they'll ask, like, what instrument you play, what type of genre of music is, and everyone's cool with that. Everyone can be a lot more engaged with that because they actually understand it far more. Video games, I feel like, don't get that sort of respect. I feel like movies get a little more respect than that, but even then, it might not be all the way there. So, all in all, it's a very fascinating subject. I'm curious what you guys think. So, if you guys have any stories or anything to add to this, let me know in the comments. I'll probably read a couple. I'll respond. I personally consider video games a hobby, and I consider them to be a very niche hobby. Like, building computers is something I would also consider to be a niche hobby, because sometimes people just aren't going to get it. That's my rant. Enjoy your guys' insert date that this is released on. And subscribe for more content. Okay, bye-bye.